open the PDF file in Acrobat and you print in poster mode. And you can specify the percentage. You will print on multiple sheets of paper like this.
Okay.
Yeah. If you look at the original size, if you print at 100%, it will be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pages. And I combined behind me, see the, let me show you. Do you see that behind me?
Mm-hmm.
It's 6 sheets of maybe 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, yeah. And 70% is about 3 pages. Okay.
I ended up enlarging mine a bit and pasting it together, but it's still not as big as everybody else's, but it'll do.
Let me see, I got a page, I already, let me find it. I missed this.
Henry?
Yes?
How big are each of the 6 pages? Or 8 pages, whatever you have there.
Okay. The page.
Because I don't, my printer doesn't show poster size. What is a poster size?
Yeah, you just
what are the
select
dimensions?
poster size. Okay, I'll show you. I'll show you the interface. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, this is a convenient feature with the PDF file that we can take advantage of when we need to trace. You print the size to whatever you want, you know, without having to spend time on that. It's just an easier way out. I think in the past, people using light box. In ancient time, they do that too, using very thin paper and transfer paper, that kind of thing. So today we're talking about Tang, right? The painting we're going to do is called Traveling by Donkey with Poetic Thoughts. And I have this PDF file. Okay, you see that on my corner, right? Okay, so if I want to print this, let me go to print. Somebody's calling me, maybe it's cannot get in. Oh, okay, let me see. Hello?
No?
I'm in the middle of an online class right now. Can you use the contact us page instead of calling, so we can I will respond when I got a chance. Yes, just go to contact us page. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. Let me see. So where I am. Yeah, the time spent on printing will save you hours of later. So we need to figure out this for everybody. So can you see my interface here? Let me see. If
yes.
I don't think you can see. Maybe I should share screen because I'm into the printer mode, but you don't see that. Let me see.
Yeah, where the printer mode is, where's the printer? Is
okay,
that
let me share my screen so you can see my operation. So let me see. Can you see this window?
Yes.
Okay. This is the printer, and I have different printers. Just to say whatever printer you're using, and this is the poster. Okay, and then by default it's 100%, right? And you can see the output is 17 by 33. That's the original size.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, if you want to printed on a paper which is 1/3 of the medium sheet paper, standard size. That's 18 by 9. And you just change that number to 70%. This 100% changes to 70%. Let me just do that on my keyboard. If you specify 70%, and you can specify cut marks, and it show you how to cut, how to connect. Okay, it's 11 by 25.5. I think that's included the margin or something. So it should be 9 by 18 or 19, something like that, with the actual size of the painting area. Okay, so I'll give you 5 minutes to figure this out, and you can help each other because I need to find my paper. Sorry. You can start tracing this, or just do a sketch if you prefer, with the pencil or charcoal. Then when I come back, I'll start ink painting. Okay. You understand? Let me stop sharing. Where's my paper?
Hello, somebody has some music there. Can you mute yourself so we don't listen to noise, music, and thank you.
Okay. Any questions about print poster? Okay, let me see. So I'm online. I'm fine now. Let me just. Where's the chat? I can't see. Oh, there's a chat here. Okay, now I can see. All right, I'm going to mute you guys, and if you want to talk, you can unmute yourself, all right? Let me see. Okay, here we go. So yeah, just like here are some more examples. I experimented. You can print on 2 sheets of computer paper that is 50%. And then I increased it to 60%. Actually, you can take full advantage of the computer paper. It's about 8 by maybe 16, I guess. For the size of the paper, like this or this, because some size, like a mulberry paper, is bigger than the rice paper. You might notice a little bit bigger. So I cut the paper into thirds. This is the 4 sheet of a mulberry number 1. Okay, and I cut it into thirds this way. So I got a proportion that's exactly the proportion of this 70% print of the original. And you can go with the big size, which is behind me, like you see here. The original size is the quarter of a 4 sheet. So 27 tall and 40.5. Let me see. 27, 40.5, yeah, roughly. Okay, so if you cut the 4 table size into quarters, you get the original size. And we do have a scroll that comes with exactly this size. We have a plain scroll. I was debating if I should do a scroll. I just do on paper. Maybe I just do on paper because last time on Ni Yunling or Ni Zan, I did on scroll already, right? So. And the next question is to decide which paper. I'll recommend the sized paper because was originally on silk. So if you want to have the same texture, same technique, you can use the sized paper. But today I'll start with this experiment of because the time limit, I may not finish the Gombi style, the original style. So Tang Ying is a very talented guy. He is known as a playboy, sort of in today's concept. Let me see. Let me pin my video so you can see. So he painted on the edge of professionalism and amateurism. You know, scholar amateur. He's very talented poet, and he's also a good he make a living as a professional. So that's all he do. He paint, he write, he sell his painting. So he's very skillful artist. And let me get some ink to start with. You know, you can use a little color, even some opaque color to lighten the ink. Just give a little. I just happen to have some yellow, some green, so it's all okay to get some gray. You know, you can get some indigo maybe. So we need quite a lot. This kind of medium ink. So can you see my sample here? Or you can see on the screen. I'm looking at my printout also, so you don't have to see this. You can just use the reference on the left corner. Okay. Oh, I just realized that I made a mistake already on the rough side. It should be the smooth side, but that's okay. We'll just go for it. Okay. So I'll start from the rock on the top, the peak. You might start from the tree, but it doesn't matter because they're not related. If you do the foreground, I'll start with the tree. I just want to loose up. I just want to loose up a little bit. So I use a calligraphy brush, the general one's calligraphy brush. You can use any stiff brush, or even Gombi Niner, the thin one, you know. The point of this style he developed is between the Southern literati school, you know, using the long parallel hemp fiber kind of stroke, and the Northern school of we talk about the North and the South school in our next class. With Dong Qichang, he's a advocate of this theory, but it in the early Ming Dynasty, they're influenced both by the Southern Song style, the Ma Yuan, Xia Gui kind of, and the Yuan Dynasty. Huang Gongwang, Ni Yunling, this kind of literary artist. So they become a professional literati some historian call them. They are very skillful. Okay. This part is very painterly, I call it, because you can see a lot of lines. He did in between the X cut and the parallel hemp kind of style, because he will start with a heavy like a X cut, you know, with a nail head, something like that, and then he will make it. He just used the tip like that. A lot of like almost like a pencil sketching, you know, a lot of lines to form the. So maybe I was wrong to start washing too early, but I do see some parts like just like a wash, you know, no obvious contour or texture, but he did on silk, so he used the tip of the brush constantly, just but very fast, you know. He's talented. I can, and no hesitation, no repeating, not just tracing like me. And you can start light and then you go back to do the dark. Okay. The correct way of doing this actually is to make the whole composition in light tone. Then we will we'll have overall. If you start to do the dark, then you probably end up losing the rhythm, you know, the balance of the whole. And in this painting, it's very full in composition, but he made it to feel like a very vacant, very empty kind of. So the block, the mass of rock actually is done with very light, translucent ink tones, not blocking, you know, not forming the mass usually associated with rock formations. So he did and he used very fine lines, very thin lines, with give a sense of very delicate. And I try to identify the notes of the rock here, stone notes, where the dimension split, you know. And this is a kind of a paper which is blurry. If I keep working on it, it will start to bleed. So I just plan to do it in multiple times, but not try to paint wet into wet. I should concentrate on the division. I remind myself. But when you copy, you can start from anywhere, you know, if somebody already showed you the result. So because I have learned so much from Western watercolor, so why don't we using some Western approach? Maybe that will work. Let's just say we just do the mass. Let's just do the mass. I can't stop just blocking in the masses. You know, let me just do all the shading part with the gray, and then we'll go into define it. Yeah. So I'll just shade the mid tone, the half tones, maybe, you know, what do you call, and leaves the highlight and paint it. So that's probably it's easier because I'm using a dark padding. So you might see some, very dark. Actually, it's very thin, very thin. It's a 5% pigment. Okay, just give you an idea. Don't measure it though. Don't take it literally. Because I have missed some in my outline, in my tracing, so I have to make it up here. And I try to understand the formation of the rock by tracing, by looking at the lost and found plans. Okay, like here I have a plan that's behind this slant rock, and then I see there's a continuation, with this tube in between. Later I will just maybe just make it a little darker, just to remind myself. And then it continues here. So this plan here kind of corresponding to that layer. And I'll be careful with this river bank. So just, he does this stroke, so decisively, very firm marks. Let me share with you. If you look at his brush strokes, it's just like a one stroke. Like here, the mountain road, the side of the road, it's just the dark is made in one stroke. Let me show you. If I enlarge it, oops, that's too big. Maybe 200%. Oops. I want to, it just become blurry. Anyway, I think the JPEG magnifies better. So anyway, yeah, you can see the stroke even from this. I was trying. You see this brush stroke? See this one? It's just like a calligraphy pressing stroke. Just one stroke. You can see the bristle. That he does this so calligraphic, and the dark issue comes later. Then we have to prepare for that. So you see this detail of his brushwork. Yeah.
Henry, what is the measurement of your paper you're using again? I'm sorry.
This is the 1/3 of the medium size sheet. Like, the original size is about 19 by 20 by 30, I think.
Okay.
So it's about 15 or a little less by 19.
By 19.
That's 1/3
okay.
of the mulberry paper.
Okay.
Medium mulberry paper. You can use other paper like size paper, because I think the original is on silk, so it's maybe more. Yeah, I have to adapt to this paper because it's smearing. It's not the same. So I start washing first because I just can't stop using the new technique I learned from watercolor. So we start from the mid-tone, from the light, and just concentrate on the masses. So maybe a little bit Fu Bao Shi later, just the modern technique. I just want to emphasize on the composition, the movement of this rock and roll mountain. I call it rock and swing. That's the the book Mind Landscape Landscape of the Mind book by Feng Wen. He described this painting as a rock and swing rocks. So it's not like a regular mountain that we have done. It's almost like the scholar's rock in the Suzhou garden. You know, the Suzhou artists later just built the mountain in their backyard like this with a scholar's rock or garden rock, if you know what I'm talking. So this is a very artificial, right? It's very expressionistic to express the mood of the poet. I translated this description. He did this on the way home after a failed civil service examination. Actually, he was successful in the beginning, and then he involved in a scandal. It was imprisoned, and so he got how to say, frustrated and give up any official career after that and become a professional artist. And this poem says, you know, he returning home on the back of a monkey with his books wrapped, and he returning to his mountain home. You can see there's a house there. I think his wife is expecting him to return. Yeah. So that's the story of it. And you can there's a mountain road winding up around the cliff on this side. It's a little too detailed to do it right now, so we don't need to. I'll concentrate on this foreground. Just okay, let me see. Maybe another. I will say several routes, right, to travel in this painting. One is the mountain trail, which is starting on this corner, on this lower part. So don't miss that. This is the way that woodcutter on the bridge uses. Okay. And so I'll just blocking the masses so you can see better what's going on in this painting. What I see here. You have to read it, just like me. You know, I studied this painting before, so you understand the different planes. So this is one very foreground, and you know, foreground in front of above this trail, mountain trail. This trail is behind. It's very light. It's done with very light ink, almost. If you see some print, you don't see this detail. It just become water, like the stream under it. But I do see on the high resolution version, so that's why we need to use a good copy. That this you know his Chun or shaping is so poetic and so loose yet very well realistically to the point, you know, so I just can't do it, I think, myself. And that's a division point where you see this. Okay, here's another ridge kind of change. So there are several, there's a division line here, dimension, and this one, it's kind of hard to copy stroke by stroke. His stroke is impossible to copy. That's why. Okay, and so I see some little dragon man, if you will, here, and now we come to this root. This there are two trees. This is the main tree. I'm going to do this one. You could do this tree first, actually, but let me use a little bit peach sap to control the bleeding. And besides, this is overnight ink. It tends to bleed, or you know, when you re-wet it, especially because the gelatin or the glue, whatever, is destroyed overnight or after it dries. So I need to add it back a little peach sap to make it out. So I will use maybe this brush is a little too thick, but I try. I do the left side and then the right side, just you match that. So you only need to trace maybe one side at first. Then I do the root. When I paint, I concentrate on the brush, not the sample, not looking at the sample again. So just there are two trees overlapping. They have the same foliage, so it looks like one. But you know, the other one starting from here, I need to lighten it. Okay, I just use a paper towel, dry the brush, and just use a little water. You need to distinguish the front tree from the back tree. I think this brush is a little too big for the task. I'll just use a, let me just use this basic Wolf Whistle brush in the basic 3, just for the trees. Everybody has this brush, I assume. So I do this front first. This front one goes all the way up there. And notice how the brush make us, you know, like a stop when we talk about before you turn to one stroke, single stroke, or just make it gradual, you know, gradually, not suddenly become narrow. But his stroke is so fluid, almost like a willow tree stroke. Willow tree, and very different than Shenzhou or his teacher. We learned last time. Shenzhou he taught both Wen Zhenming and Tang Ying. Tang Ying is known as Tang Bohu, the uncle tiger. His style name. And he's a very popular figure in popular culture, like a Chinese Peking opera or the other local drama kind of. And if you read the handout, you know the story, the legend, how he also paints a beautiful woman, by the way. And same as Chu Ying, both of them are very good at this kind of small or lesser green and blue landscape on silk. And Chu Ying is another artist in the four grandmasters of Ming Dynasty. His exhibition is, I think, it's closed, or the LACMA has this exhibition in early spring this year. Okay, I would use the little chrysanthemum, like 5. Let me zoom in. And he does this so densely, it will take forever for me to finish. Maybe I'll just do a few to show you. But basically, you need to finish the branch first. In principle, you do the front tree first, and then you add to the back one. I already started to the back, which is not very professional. So let me just do this front of the branch first. I may just concentrate on the contour of the outer shape of the brow, the branch. This is called the detailed style or Gongbi style. You know, it takes patience, but he made it so so good to balance. You know, the slow and he does this with a pretty fast. But this part, I don't think you can do much faster than the other part. I can maybe, make some part dry and maybe a little vague, just to create some loose, instead of doing the whole cluster, just kind of cheat a little bit, but don't overlap. The principle is, remember we showed this in another class, how you borrow one from the neighboring, the previous one. So you don't really do the whole or have chrysanthemum all the time. You do one, like a 5. The next one start with where you finish, and then the next one. So they overlap. And also you can borrow the one on top, maybe just cover. You can have some covering. It's faster than you may believe, people will think you spent weeks on this, but actually maybe hours. Not that hard. Actually, if you do larger leaves, you might spend more time because you have to define each one. So if I do small, I just paint an impression of the leaves. I give you that you think I have done. When you develop this muscle memory, finger muscle memory, your hand is kind of your brush just do the walk automatically. You just remember the sequences. You start from the left, from outside in, and then inside out on the right side, right? So you can do it from outside in, but I don't change the position of the brush. That's the bottom line. So the more the neater, the better. Try not to overlap, not to skip things, but you can have dense and sparse. But he does it so good that it feels like a two-dimensional straight, just a flat shape. Concentrate on the shape. Yeah. And I'll squeeze out the, put the dense leaves along the trunk. So basically there's no extra space in the middle, right? And then you start to show some outer shape. There are two kinds of trees here. There's another one behind I will show you, which is called the locust. Do you know that tree? Locust. With some flowering in the spring. It's a very old tree, could be very old. Very common in China. Locust tree. The flower is edible actually. And very common in scholar painting. Yeah, this is the one here. Let me see. Okay. Let's stop a while. Let's you can do this later. I will do this later. But let me continue my map of the trail, because otherwise I got lost very easily. I could fill this space, very important space, by mistake. So here is the continuation. This is where the entrance is, right? The entrance of the painting is here. So this road take a turn to the right, going behind this whole rock and the trees. That's and then there's a kind of cliff that goes down like that, and there's another. So there's several layers. They could be very dark ones here, Anyway, so and then here is the hint of where it goes. From here, it goes up towards the left. So there's another turn kind of here. So there's some rock dropped on the side, or could be just yeah, but on the foot of this cliff, there's some rock, small rock there, and this is the cliff behind it below. That's the turn. Let me just do that. So that's the trail, continues, and it might have this, not sure, turns to the, yeah, there's a, looks like there's a turn in the front of this. Anyway, and then you can cover with the leaves above it. And there's another tree. Let me show you how to do that. You can find this in the mustard seed garden menu. It has a stem like that. It goes maybe 5 or 4, and then you along the stem, you do the leaves. It's like wisteria, you know, wisteria leaves. Yeah. Maybe 7 in a cluster. Little leaves, leaflets, 7 leaflets on the stem. You don't have to count them, just, and some maybe overlapping. I think, yeah, this because the perspective at gravity, the ones in lower part is more developed, and you can overlap another group. So let's see here. There's some overlapping. I'm making this like the peacock tail, kind of, not like that. It should be little leaflets. Like a wisteria. Let me see where it goes. It's kind of easy to get lost if you don't do the branches first. Let me see. So this is the branch that goes here. It should be a little lighter than the host one. This is the host. Yeah. So this one goes behind like that, and then turns to the here, to the left, all the way to the top there. So I use dry brush just to draw the whole shape of it, and then you draw this firework kind of pattern, and then the leaves. It should be lighter than the first one, but because the shape is different, so maybe. Can you really see what I'm doing? Okay. I need to focus. idea complete with absent of stroke. Does it apply here? Maybe. Locust tree. 槐树 in Chinese. In northern China, like Beijing, I think they're even more than south. In Nanjing, we have
Henry, can you use a big paper to show us how to paint this 槐树?
You can check the. Do you have the mustard seed garden manual?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on that tree book. Let me see if I can find that page for you. The mustard garden tree mustard book of trees, and we have the page with all the foliage. I think that's the it's there. Let me close this one. Then you will. Let me see. I just share the screen. 春点. Okay. Let me share this. See. Share screen. Okay. You can see this one. See, this is 春叶点. Yeah, we can use. I think I almost done this one. This is another tree, kind of 香椿. You know, it's an edible tree also. Similar to, and this is another one called this kind of leaf could be done in one stroke like this. I try to find the 槐树. Here, the double leaf, right? So we have learned all this. If you record the double leaf, so it's among the double leaf. Must be somewhere. Oh, I don't see. So I don't see that. So that's the closest we have. Oh yeah, we have some more here. That's the 混点. So yeah, I think the only difference between this and the one in the sample painting is that it's all double lined. And you start from the long lines, this stems, and then you do the leaflets. You can do this if you think, because I already started doing this automatically. So you might do this, okay? If you think,
thank you.
Yeah, if you can outline it as the original painting, you can do that. So basically, you start from the long lines, and then you add the leaflets. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Got it.
And another question is, what is they have some very, very dark, right, area, the darkest area? It's just the rocks?
Yeah, just shade part of it. There, these are dark ink. This dark inks, we added that later. It's the dense part. We call that in or in, and it's in part. In is shady, but in Chinese there's no sense of like a light source, so it's a hollow or shady or in part of the composition.
But they are just rocks, right?
Yeah, the dark. Yeah, these are usually the dark side dark plane of the rock. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, so it's very meditative to do this kind of painting. Huh? To you know, let me show you what I did. To study the composition yesterday, as preparation, I had this book. I also got the English version. This is the book of Image of the Mind. In Chinese, it's a small book, but in English, it's big break. Okay, and then I tried to study the composition yesterday with pencil, while I was watching the vice presidential debate. So I did 3 of them in that during that time. So it's a good passing time, and just do it, you know, for fun. So you can use pencil to draw this kind of composition study, or you can just practice the pattern. You know, like a pattern, it could be done with a ball pen. You just practice how to make them. Okay. I will identify where the center of this cluster is. I draw this almost like a branch, you know, like a branch, like firework. Maybe chrysanthemum, I don't know how to describe this, radiate from center, like and then I just add leaflets, like 5 of them. You can try to do just one single stroke, but it's different. That's what I do. I just do 1, and then I just add, you know, I just add a double line to them. So I just kind of draw one side, and then I just draw maybe a thinner one to the other. So that's maybe to create some kind of light effect. You just draw the shading part. You will create more depth, hopefully. Just like that. Yeah, just cheat a little bit. And you can make, if you think it's not enough, you can just go back to, you know what I mean? I just add one side and then just do the other side of the leaflets. Okay, so let me see. This mingled together. It's hard to tell which is which. So they're about the same size if you look at the leaflets. So it doesn't matter. It's the front one has this different pattern. It's almost like half, like 5 strokes of chrysanthemum leaf petal kind of. I just try to do grass style. Okay, so concentrate on where the rock and the tree meets. Let's see. So this one behind, I started doing this. Just show you, but the leaves are actually no distinction. Just a little bit, like light, a little slightly lighter on this one, I think. And there's a trunk that's behind. And then just add more chrysanthemum petals. You can use jigs, this 4-stroke one, and just maybe add 2 small ones on top. That's what we learned, right? And 4-stroke, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just draw a bigger one. What I mean by that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 4, and then you can just add 2 small ones. That's how I do it. I tend to do bigger and bigger. That's no good, but I try to finish it. What can I do? Okay, let me see. Let me just concentrate on the shape of this, how far it goes, just to identify the shape of the crown. His branch is very, very elegant, very thin and very thin. In Western concept, that's what we might do. You can just draw the highlight part, because when they overlap like this, you just draw what's in the front or what's in the light with outline, so it will be lighter, actually lighter. Then we would do with the direct ink, just ink wash behind the layer, the other part of that. Okay, so this is hanging all the way here. What creates the structural tendency or the shi is very important, just like the gesture, So I need to figure out this hanging branch. So detail should serve the purpose, not losing the overall tendency of shi or movement. I just see lots of leaves. I just doing grass style, just some texture with lines. But I still use my tip of the brush, create this impression. But I did some very defined patterns. So that will make what we call when you paint 100 sheep, you don't have to do one by one. Just do 1 or 2 identifiable, and then just make other into like white clouds, and then people will think they are white goat or sheep instead of clouds. That's the idea here. I try to use to cheat. Okay, then I'll let me see. We can add more leaves later if we need. But I will try to. Let me see. There's another plant and another tree. Let's just continue the trees. I see a pine tree with bare branches. That's what I read. There are two of them. One is here, right here, with a whole bark hole and then the branch. Let me just use a lighter ink. He is so good at ink tones, never confuse the layers. So this should be lighter. Blot it. If you use size paper, it's easier to blot to reduce the, if it's too dark, to reduce the darkness. But on my paper, this is a semi-size, maybe considered semi-size. More, it's not very easy to take it off once it's on there. And okay, this is one that goes okay, I see some foliage from this tree all the way in the front. That's very important. So we have
Henry, how can you tell it's a foliage or it's a summer?
This is a red. Red. If you look at one of the 3 photos in the handout, some of them you can identify. The color he used is red.
Okay, thank you.
It's not green, but I think it's definitely autumn foliage. Because this group I'm doing is in the front, I need to make it really nice. Very crisp, defined. And pay attention on the outer shape. So they're not round, very easy to paint a ball, right? A branch with a leaf into a round shape. That's not very natural here. You can see he does it too, so good. Yeah, there's no round. And this foliage, this group, this branch, is in front of the pine tree. That's why I do it first here, just to make sure it's in the front. And this is darker too. Okay, now I continue to do the trunk of the pine. It's okay. Here's another thing I almost confused. Here's another tree in the yet receipt further back. So this one belongs to this root I just did. That's another tree there, not the same tree. Okay, that's but there's no need for detail on the root. You can see the detail on the root reduce over distance. Okay, and this one goes behind. Let me see. And pine tree normally has bark, that kind of thing, but he make it so young. Look, look very much the same kind of stroke as the other trees here. Not much difference than the other trees. And this branch, I will make it look older. And there's just fewer strokes, He does this so detailed with zillions of twigs. Too much work. Just use the four stroke of the stack horn. It will do it. Okay. Okay, here we go. The last one here is the. We can use even lighter ink for this. Actually, it goes a little, not straight there. It takes a turn in the middle somewhere there, and then goes there, and then goes there, goes there. But they basically belongs to the same kind of tree. It's called the pine tree, right? Oh, this one actually, this is the main tree. This is the one behind. This is the behind. But these two trees actually not much different in the in this needles. So we just do the needles the same, combine them. And you can use very thin lines to draw the. I try to just draw the mass of the shape of the whole. But I don't use split brush because that's too contemporary. You make it look like Fu Baoshi maybe. Fu Baoshi use a split brush to do this. So we just stay with. But he used kind of wet strokes. It's pretty soft, except the margin of the outer shape. And you can do it with the fan-shaped structure, like 7. Yeah. I think I lost that. It should be done in group of 5 or 7, like that. And notice the tone where he did the movement. It's like dancing in the wind, going swaying to left and to the right. So nicely. You can add darks later. I used light first. Okay, so basically, this is pretty dense that foil out the almost like so dense that almost like a solid shape, not much grouping here, but you can see a lot of white pockets between the lines, so they're not solid. It's drawn, not painted. I just have to do a lot of work, crossing, to form that kind of density with because pine needle is not so solid, right? It has this translucency that you see through. That's why you can't use a block. You have to draw these lines. Just use needle strokes, right? Okay. So basically pine is on top. So there's some more foliage. I heard that in the east the foliage is turned yellow already, right? We don't have this
Yeah,
color change yet. Yeah.
started.
It's starting, huh?
Yeah.
Beautiful, huh? Yeah, we can use more vibrant colors if you like. But this whole painting emphasizes on the rock, I think. So the tree is kind of patternized, not very. But it's nice. Yeah, I like how he does this. All right, so you can always complete all things, later. So we just try to do like 70% maybe of the original. Okay, so there's another tree goes up. Behind that, you can have more foliage in the middle to hide it. I just try to create some impression of the overlapping foliage, different trees behind that. Okay, I think it's enough. Now we can go back to the big brush to do the rock again. There's another difficult area. Beside this this trail, let me finish the trail on the right. Then we'll do the waterfall on the left. So that goes down, this goes up. It leads your eye up. So this is the stroke we talked about. And it's kind of dark, but not very dark. So then you kind of cutting the shape of the trunk. Also, you can redefine it. But on your painting, you may look different than mine or than the original. So just follow your judgment. You see, I squeeze out a little leaf there. That's how I do this. And then I go down to finish the this part. That's the same plane, same road, same road. So it goes all the way here, and I see a little corner, turning corner or something. It's pretty squarish. I think you should not always round shape. So you can have some something like that. And I just cutting some shape from the tree. That's it. And you can always go back to add more ink. Okay, that's the trail. There's a donkey rider here. So I'll have to do the figure now. I'll do it later. Let me just concentrate on the setting first. So here's some rock on the cliff. In the front of this, it goes down. And here is another layer, just like that. And then you go. It's basically Ma Yuan's or Xia Gui's style, but he used the tip of the brush, hold it straight like that, almost like a drawing with like that. See that? And he will do the shaping in the same steps, so you can see some contour merged from the shaping line, and some dry brush here, and he will use maybe another brush with water right away to blend into mist. Maybe just wash it. So let me just do this double brush. And so the dark, dark is here like squeeze out the light, okay? The yang and yin, the Chinese painting idea of yin and yang. This is hollow part or the shady part, whatever you call it. And here is the yang side of it.
Okay, but it's rock, right?
Yeah, rock. It's all rock. Yeah. Lots of rock. Everything is rock. And his lines pretty. Even his see, this is how he does his. Maybe he used a large brush like that, with a lot of moisture, never got dry. So on the silk also, you need lots of moisture to move around. And he will draw the division of the plants, and then just draw the shading like with the same kind of stroke. So dense that forms almost like this, you see, like a wash. Yeah, but don't go through the leaf. I forgot. But anyway, whatever. We can use some opaque color to recover the color. So that goes behind. I had this leaf I didn't finish. This stems for the leaf I need to add. Okay. Oh, here is the slope, the foot of this layer that goes down. Here, you see that turning point, the corner. Yeah, that's a triangular shape. Yeah, so that's and then here there's some triangular shape. So the dark really very important part of the it gives definition to what's what, I can see some dark even on the donkey, behind the donkey, so it's just fall out the donkey. We'll do that later. So this is the foot here. Let me show you. Oh, I think I missed the point where oops. So I'm down to I think this we can only do this. Yeah, that's about it. Huh? I can move around. Maybe.
So there's a lady sit in
Yeah, that's the wife. Yeah, if you read the poetry, yeah, that's his wife who's expecting him at home. Yeah, right. You're right.
Okay.
And
what a kid, right? Yeah. There's also a kid. No.
Okay. So I will use this light. Just do some light, and then if I need, I use smaller brush with dark to kind of go back like a dark to enhance it. Dry brush a little bit. This part is the foot of this layer, so it has more detail down. When you get close. So this is some falling rocks there, but it's behind the tree, so you cannot go too dark there. I think let me show you what. Oops, sorry. Yeah, okay. I'm working on. I'm talking about this corner here. This corner here. And you can make. Let's like that. And we can make this part. You squeeze out, you follow out this front layer by darken the top of the back, right? Always like that. So this is where the shaping is. You need to make a surface texture with this kind of X cut, but he used the stroke like X cut, but he turned into something parallel, almost like parallel line, very long X cut strokes. That's his trademark idea. So I use this rock to squeeze out the tree trunk, but this tree actually is darker than the rock. We'll deal with that later. Oops, that's dark. Using too much dark here. Let me see. Consider that as a shade. Okay. Yeah, he used all this, this kind of lines, very thin lines. That's his trademark. We don't have time to, we don't have the skill, I would say, to do that. So we'll just do whatever your signature. This is a very typical X cut, like we use the side. He does it occasionally, maybe also, just like that. That's a typical Li Tang style, Southern Song style. And then but he is very careful with the dark. So it's right on the, needy spot, not everywhere, not abuse the dark. Also, I think maybe I was wrong. I put the wrong place. Anyway, I'm looking at the wrong section here. So this is the bottom, actually, goes like that. Huh. I changed it. It's okay. I have to mute. Who's I muted? I think I messed up here, the dark too much on this corner. So let me just stop. I turned to the dark too early, but that's very natural of beginners, maybe. The dark, it should be put it the last. But you can see it as if, I finished the last. If this is the last step, I just make the vertical plane darker and squeeze out the trail. I think this one is hanging above the trail, so let's make that clear. And goes up there. Okay, but it's very subtle. He doesn't use any dots. This is I see just one dot here. I did 3. Anyway, he doesn't use any mask dots. That makes his painting so neat, I think. So we need to keep in mind that. Oh, I like a big brush to do small things. It's much faster. So just go paint. And just, this is a go-to brush. I used to call it a raccoon brush. It's not really made of raccoon. Just a mixture of some different stiff hair. This is the brush we tested with the director, the former director of the Fubao Museum, Mr. Xu San, and he likes it. So we made it to for landscape painting or for any painting. Because a good brush can do everything, not just the one thing. So it's a go-to brush. Go-to brush, we call it. Just squeeze out that. It's too. You cannot work wet into wet too much. After this dry, you can add the darkest. So this is a medium dark right now. Let's see. Let me just finish this bottom part, and then we'll do. Sorry. I will do the. Whoops! Why this color always change? Highlight. Okay. So I'll do this rock. You can start from medium dark. So there are 3 dimensions, right? You remember how to do the rock? Like that. You go from left, turns to the right. That's the triangular shape, and then you can continue all the way there, and then just add some dimensions on the side. Actually the bottom should be floating, so you don't need to outline the bottom. But I see the bottom line actually belongs to the water. Let me show you what that means. You can use lighter ink to draw this water line, like along the bottom of the rock, and then you paint the rock. This is some of you did a very good job with the clouds, by the way, last week. Then this is similar to that, right? The water line, it has to be flowing, and then we just draw this with little. It's too dark. You can draw the shape. You leave a lot of white for contrast. So this is the dark shape, the dark part, the inside. This is the yang side, basically. And then there's a shady part near the water, so that contrasts with the water. And then just add some dry brush, a little X cut, kind of stroke, and then the other direction a little bit. And then just darken this part. That's my rock, see? Okay, so this part, you start from light. Basically, it's a light, it's a white rock. Not much darker than the water. And let's do this layer first. That defines the waterfalls. Okay, and then this layer. This goes. I really can't copy it one by one, so you just. There are several dimensions overlapping. And he just draw these lines just like a pencil shading, almost like a pencil shade. Not much. Or you can call it X cutting, like that. Just squeeze out the light above this, in this case, with this kind of lines, and also this part. And here he just used linear shaping, almost like the hemp parallel lines, and some faults like that. I always keep shaping on the underside down here. This is the shady part. But there's a lot of space, so nothing is. And he washed it with indigo. You can see that, or you can use a mineral blue or green. So that's not a solid area. It has room for coloring. So never finish in one step. They try to leave room for further. So if it's not enough, just do it, after it dries. If you keep working on it, it will lose the texture. It will become blurry. And this is quite blurry here. We just do the wash to save time. You can do all the texture and then blur it with this. So I just wash. Okay. And there's dark on this side of the bridge. Okay. That's pretty dark. What time is it? Oh, gosh, I don't have time. What we do? Should we continue next time if we don't finish it? Okay, the bridge, I'll make it.
Next time is a good idea.
Okay, no hurry, huh? Yeah, we just take time. So this.
So his mountain is most X cut, not hand.
Right.
Okay. Because it's hard to tell some of them, right? It's
Yeah.
just like lines to me.
Yeah. So this is the bridge, the wood bridge, with a wood cutter. You see the surface on this side, which is white. There might be a little lines, but basically white. And then the back side of the left side is the underside, and then you do the poles or whatever, the structure that sustain it. That's like that. Okay, we just do. It's pretty abstract. It looks like very complicated, but there's perspective. I think the Chinese artist does understand perspective. They don't make mistakes on proportion. This kind of thing, it does involve, architecture perspective. See, that's a stone base that the pour kind of. This is really fun. This pour is this wood structure is like a lot of little. Just make it more like net instead of just one or two. It's a lot of things like that. Oh, actually, yeah, it has the structure under it and like that. And just He probably did this bridge after the water, I think, but we can do that first. The water goes behind with the light ink and some. See that's water. And let me just continue this this side of the river. X cut horizontally. X cut. X cut down. And just broken stroke. Let me just use some 福宝石 style. 福宝石 is a split brush. 福宝石 probably familiar with his work here. Also, he copied a lot of 17th century. This is 16th century artist. Okay. The figure will come later. So let me just continue to finish this side of the river. I think that's a cliff, basically like that. And there's some, there's several falls, like 1, 2, 3. We can do the first one maybe today to finish. Speaking of the waterfalls, the line of the fall goes like a candy cane, like this, and then there's an arch raised, on top. It could be lower or higher, narrow between. So you can extend it by this, because you can vary the width, like the distance between this cans, walking cans. Okay, you understand what I mean? So just vary the distance and the height, and don't do something like this too straight. So there's either to the left or to the right. Okay, it changes, but not in the middle. It tends to fall in the top, on the top, and then go straight, but not absolutely straight. Okay, you understand? So it goes with at an angle to the left or to the right. I already started this here, so I just finished by. I think you can use a smaller brush, maybe with light ink. The water is lighter. Okay? Just draw these lines. And then you can add the dark rocks later to it. You don't have to follow exactly what the, okay, this is what I think. I think this artist, the master copy is our second nature. So we're doing a painting in front of a real landscape, and you can simplify, you can interpret it, if necessary. So that's the fall to the right, and then you go back to the left, like that. I just simplified it, And then you can put a rock. I think he did too many little fussy things I don't like. I just do maybe a few. 3 would be a good number, like a 平字, the Chinese character 平. But you don't have to do it symmetrically, so that's something like that. But maybe too dark. To make it lighter, I use clean water, but that could make it smeared. Right? Just dot. Okay. Don't do that. With this kind of subtle thing, it's not worth to risk. Okay, just finish this part. It will be okay. I think we have about 10 minutes. I started late. I'm sorry, so I will extend a little bit to make it up. If you need to leave, you're welcome. We will send you the copy. So there are some splashes in the waters. It's some activities I really cannot see, just some kind of wave splatters. And then there's I have to do this figure on the bridge first. Let's do this. There's some color on the face. I just use some. I got some amber. Oh, yeah, I got it. Amber and some pink. I wish it could be fine here. I just dot the face with amber, and then I draw the. I think the garment has a little blue in it, so I'll just dot the face and maybe the hand a little bit, and then I will draw the line with light ink, so I just make it easy. Just like my stick figure with Zen painting will be fine. You know what I mean? And then I just use dark to draw this firewood, right? And just start the hair a little bit. I think it's too small to do any features on the face. A little bit. All right, maybe too big, the head. It tends to do the head too big, and then everything's like a child, look like child. Just try to keep the head small, I think. So let me see the bank on this side. It's kind of hard to keep the rock so light. He does that so well. So his rock doesn't feel like blocking anything. It's almost like translucent. The ink almost translucent. Here is the force. Yeah, you have to kind of save the white for the waterfall. So this is the fall that goes. Oh, it's into the. Yeah, that's about right. The face, the head of the figure. Okay. And here's the fall. That goes down under the bridge. We tend to paint the river too tall. You know, it should be pretty low, flat. Yeah. Because even our eye level could be high, but in Chinese painting, the perspective moves. So the eye level is here, and here, and here, and here. When we do the house, The eye level is there, so it moves along the painting, or just like the drone, the bird's eye view. You move from one layer to the other. Okay, so this river turns here. So I'll just concentrate on the main course of the river. So you can omit many details. Just concentrate on the left and the right, turns, and then just add a little rock. This is so, how to say, like a land script. It's like symbols of vocabulary. It doesn't have to be like this dots. He just put there like a little sesame seeds. It's like sesame seeds, right? But that's rock. So it doesn't have to be so just like sparse. I mean, like to make a metaphor, it's like the spice. Yeah. Just don't fuss with that. Just suggest that. That's my fault. Okay. 11:30. I'll do 10 more minutes. Maybe if you can stay, you just stay. If you have to go, you can leave. And I will continue next week to finish this. But you can finish at home. Just so I better wait, right? If I finish after class, you won't see the process. So you won't see my mistakes. Anyway, you just wait for next week then. So this part is another focal kind of a series of focal points, focal line, or you see the water goes from the top, like here. You have let me just draw this. So this is a cliff, goes down, and then that's the last layer. It goes a little up. Let me see. About it. That's the last layer, and then it goes like a zigzag, right? Zigzag, and this in the front, like that, and this behind, and this is on the left, right side, and then this is the foot of that river bank. I shouldn't draw this line right away, but you have to do like this, and then you draw that water line, the slope. It's kind of too solid. There's still sense of light and dark there. So he does this with this kind of X cut and hemp combined. It will start like an X cut head, and then the tail is like a hemp, long X cut. There's no name for that. Maybe we should name after his name, Townstroke. And just goes like that. And notice the fall goes this way, not right in the middle of the this valley. just towards the more towards this side, the right side, and then there's some kind of let me see. I could have this accidentally there. This paper is kind of hard to eliminate all the strokes, but I just leave it. You can, if it's a sized paper, you can do it with a two brush wash, so you don't have, you can leave no brush traces. So this is looks dark, but it's just very light. So concentrate on the main course of the river, and then you can divide, some lot of turns there. I see some small. It's pretty flat in that area, so not easy to identify each little details there. And here we have a mountain 栈道, how to say, the paved paths road, this kind of thing very common in Chinese mountain, and we have to make that later. You can use some dark to indicate the shady area. I think that's how it does that. Pretty dark. And then you do the structure with the woody structure like that. It's sticking out, I think. And then goes behind this side. Not much underside. The vertical structure you can see. So just the cliff. This is the paved road. This is the cliff. And then it goes behind this layer. It goes all the way here. This is the whole route. Okay, so it goes all the way here to the other side of the mountain. And you can see there are several turns here. One is there, and there's some, at least like that. But you don't want to show the contour. That's too. You need to hide the contour. Something like that. Yeah, this main mountain is halfway done. So we'll do the finishing touch next time. I thought I can finish, but it's too ambitious. I just can't stop to do this painting that's very special. Read the inscription and get the mood of this poet. We should have the poets down here. Let me share with you another reference I collected from his contemporary artist, Chiu Ying. Both of them are good figure painters, and died at not very old, like Tang Ying was 55 and Chiu Ying maybe 60, something like that. But both of them are very prolific, very detailed artists. So some said, don't learn these kind of professional styles because they make too much hard work and you not prolong your life. So, but Wen Zhenming, on the other hand, lived into his 80s, and Chiu Ying also died at 83, I think. Yeah. So next week we'll talk about the theory about northern and southern schools and why the Dong Qichang, the art historian and scholar, like the southern school, because one of the reasons is the southern school artists live longer than northern school. Is that a good reason for you to make a judgment on the styles?
They're calm, so that's good.
Yeah, and I think more right. The Zen style is very takes a lot of energy, and they actually this school goes. He's at the age of math, and because he learned a lot from the scholar school. The other contemporaries, like Zhe school, late Zhe school artists, other than Lan Ying is exception. They go very Zen kind of. There's episode on the late Zen development. I sent to a discussion in response to Daisy's question about the Zen painting, and you can look at that because they go into if it go wrong, if the Zen painting goes wrong, it would really make you unease, not like peaceful as this. So let me see, Tang. I need to finish the scholar, the writer of the. Yeah, okay, I got it here. Let me see if I can bring it out. So let me just share this screen, and you can paint the writer if you like. I'll send to the class also. Okay, where is that? Okay, here. Share screen. Yeah, this is the. Whoops. Okay, you see that? Yeah, this is Chiu Ying's. Everybody actually does about the same, but this one is on a small painting actually, very small album leaf or hand score, I say. Oh, hand score, very long, and you can see on the bottom. It's a very detailed part of that. So let's do this right here on this trail. I think it's yeah, right here. So let me just do this donkey. Huh. I don't have room for this. I think they just do so well, this kind of. So I just do one stroke for the legs. And you can select a different screen from if you want to see me join, or you can just follow this. There's his bag, his luggage is under his under him, right? That's I just learned from this. So his books are under him in the bag, under his thigh, I think. Okay, I'll just make the head under the hat. We don't have to do the head, I think. Okay, that's it. That's my donkey. It's too small to do. This is not. You have to use the tiny little brush. Tiny little brush. Yeah. Just wash a little color. Oh, I can do the color wash later because this is it's going to bleed. Okay. Let me stop sharing. That's it. So that's my donkey riding on the trail up here. Let me see. It's on the other side of this. Yeah. So this is the trail goes pretty steep trail there, but very close home. It's almost home. His wife is waiting in the room with open door. Oops. I think it's kind of hard to distinguish. If I do the trail with ink, it will disappear. So we just, with very, very light, maybe very light. And he used dark to point out to the donkey. That's smart, but I can't do it, I think. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay, I'll leave it to here, and I'll send you this half-finished picture if you like to see, and then we'll finish next week. I hope we'll not take the whole class, but who knows? We'll just improvise. Okay. Any questions about Tang Ying? And you cannot see the donkey. I did. Let me zoom in. Oh, actually, I cannot really see this big. Can you see it? Just the impression. On the painting, on the handout, if you enlarge it, you can see. I can share with you some other detailed shots. Okay.
Detail shots would be real nice.
Okay. I'll send you with
The foliage on the trees and the donkey in the house.
Okay. I
And the
cannot.
bridge.
Yeah, this painting is in Shanghai Museum. I can't find like the museum site. They don't have it. So the high resolution one I already sent you with. You can click to enlarge on the email. The one. Yeah, I think you will click to enlarge. But I think this painting is more about the composition. So even without the detail, detail is like a rewarding. If you go close up, you can really see his wife, and even the eyes, the features on this wood gatherer. I think you can even see. But this whole painting is almost like 8 sheets of the paper behind me. This is the original size, so I can see. Yeah, that's the original size of that. So don't try hard on details. Concentrate on the whole composition. I think that's what draws people the most, I think. rock and roll kind of rhythm of the formation of the rock. You won't see any other, even his own painting. He has a lot of paintings similar to this, but not so expressive, so romantic. Just to make the rock really expressive with the mood of the painting. You can. I can show you some other details, maybe helpful to see his techniques. At least let me see. This is the This is the detail of this, and you can see, some painting like this. Is that beautiful? How light this is, and you can, if you enlarge that, you'll see how detailed this could be. And this is not a high resolution, but you can see that we can do the same thing, like the contrast between the tree and the rock. So his rock is so light, right? He does this in the professional style, the X-cut style, but you don't see the stiffness of that. He makes it so soft. Yeah. And that's another scroll. Let's do, let me show you the large. I'm not sure if this one could be enlarged. Maybe this one could be, oops, not so large. This is on silk. Yeah, most of his paintings on silk. Another great, you can see the influence of Southern Song remaining here. I don't think this can be enlarged much. This is another, I think this one is closer to the original. This one I have a detailed to show you. This whole scroll is wonderful. And you can see the very clear, the color. We can use this kind of color later. The green, little green style. Little green style or small green style means you don't cover the ink. In the past, the great blue and the green style, they use gold because the opaque color will cover the ink, and then you have to go back with gold. Okay, this is the detail, Charlie, of the this writing figure.
That would be a good one to have.
Okay. Yeah, I think I did it more like a cowboy.
That's all right. It doesn't matter. But that's good too.
Yeah. I think I did it like almost like a cowboy, not a scholar gun. Anyway. Okay. So, you see the figure in the room, right? That behind.
Right. That's what makes it nice. Is that
Okay.
you really tell how he's sitting.
Yeah. If you really want to do this, I would suggest you go with a quarter sheet from the 4 size paper, which is the original size. It would be 27 or 26 and a half by 15 or 14 and a half. Yeah, then you got that's a different version. So you can see the color pink. You can see the color of the yellow and the red foliage here.
I see. Yeah.
And then some indigo. So yellow, red, and blue is where we go.
Do we have this photo?
Yeah, it's in the. Did I send you? Okay, I'll upload.
I'm not sure, but
I think
maybe you did.
There's several photos. This one has more contrast, but it's another edited photo. But I like the contrast of this one. On the white paper, I probably would reach this kind of result. I already made a mistake on this part. On the waterfall, I think it's too on the waterfall. This should be luminant, but I made it too dark. So this plan, I thought the upper plan should be lighter, but no. Anyway, we can use the white. I don't know, to cover it. You can use some kind of like opaque green or something that will make the paper lighter, but I'm not sure. We don't need to copy exactly, but anyway. So we can, yeah, this is another version of the same picture. So this is his portrait of done by a contemporary, maybe. Zhang Jing, yeah, not Zhang Ning. Okay, yeah, that's a nice portrait. He has another one on Wiki. It's wearing red. Yeah, and that's the detail of the another painting. His rocks. So a lot of white space or emptiness in his painting. Very nice, right? It's almost like a sensuous composition, right? Very empty. The Zen painting goes beyond this any detail. They just do the compositions, you know, without too much detail. This kind of painting can actually he become a Zen monk or follower in his late years and call himself a 居士, you know, not shaved monk. How to say that? 六如居士, that's his late artist name. He's anyway, that's all for about Tang Ying. Okay. Yeah, you can see my paintings almost feel like done, huh? I could
It
just
looks
start
very
the signing. Huh?
It looks really good. It's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Maybe I just do a little bit touch up and then send you as a finished work. Just it's 50%, right? Yeah, that's about it. Okay, thank you for staying late with me, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Henry has some question.
Yes.
Okay, what is under the bridge? It's a rock?
This bridge, okay, it's water. Oh yeah, there's a big giant rock. The black one is a rock that provides a foundation for the support. Yeah, that must be a rock. Right.
Okay.
The black one.
Yeah.
Pointing at, yeah, this is a rock, a big boulder if you like, and there are some smaller ones. Maybe you can put aside, with someone behind. It should be, and then you have some scattered above and under the water. You can look at the details. Just I think it's pretty high resolution, and then you have to draw this water just like a very detailed. Yeah, just to draw these waves. Right. I'll wait and I'll definitely do some more work next week to share with you. And hopefully maybe we can do another one. Someone already mentioned Daisy wanted to see it on silk. You have antique paper. Yeah, we can try that if you want. We can use the silk on different paintings.
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
It doesn't have to take the class time. I just thought maybe it would be fun to try and see how it feels to do it on the silk since I have it.
Yeah, you can try it on yourself. You need to stretch it. Use a frame and use a lot of pins, push pins to
Yes.
hold it. Yeah.
If the
Fine,
silk,
fine.
the silk is sized already, and
Yes.
problem that I did put the antique silk on a frame and it tore. Really, became very fragile. Is that normal?
Hmm.
have to
You
mount
get
it.
a lot of push pin, right? Just side by side, like very dense, not just a few.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I guess I'll try it again. I think my
Maybe this is what I saw people doing. They just they use the Scotch tape. I saw Maribel just did that. Scotch tape the loose edge.
yes.
Then I think she didn't really stretch it, but yeah, then you can do whatever, stretch it.
I mean, if I'm careful, maybe it won't be ripped. It was handled by somebody else and they put their fingers through it. Maybe if I'm
Oh, You mean they're fragile because somebody
Yeah,
mounted?
there are two different silks. The silk that is antiqued seems to be more heavily sized, and I mounted it and began to paint it, and I handed it to someone who just her fingernail just went straight through and tore it. And I said,
Oh.
maybe that wouldn't have happened to me in my studio, but it happened. But now that you say it's normally done on a frame, I might try that again, or maybe like
Oh, I see. You okay? Yeah, you use a stretcher or something.
yeah.
That's why I hesitate to do it, because it's too much
Yeah.
work. You can also mount it on a board, and you can
But
put
first,
a drawing papers first. Mount a drawing paper, then you can mount the silk on that. You can use tape, I think.
tape,
Yeah.
maybe. I'll
Yeah.
experiment. We'll see.
Yeah, experiment. Just be creative. Silk is not easy to pen, and like you can see. Yes, but it's more. It could be more controlled, I think.
Mm,
Yeah, you have to go slow. The paper is more challenge, not forgiving. Sometimes.
Henry,
Yeah.
what about mounting the silk first before painting?
That's
Dry
not
mine.
advice. Advice is I've done that with silicone, but silicone kind of penetrates through the fiber. It's make it not really hard to paint, slippery
That's
something.
true.
Yeah,
That
you
is true.
need to keep it loose. So you can paint on the back side of the silk if needed. The silk will give you the option to paint on both sides. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
No
you,
more
Henry.
questions?
Henry. See you next week.
See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hi, Henry, I still have question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the mount, right? I tried the mount, but if I use a protecting paper, it seems still I couldn't get the bubble out. If I don't use a protecting paper, the ink sometimes get leaked and get dirty to my paint, to my painting.
Okay, you mean dry mounting?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the release paper from the previous work. What protecting paper you use?
I just use that
Release paper that comes
your
with
mounting paper I bought from.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the release paper, right? The one you peel off. Yeah, you can use that as a protecting paper. So you're talking
protecting paper, I use, I have a different, it's a kind of thick paper.
Oh, you have to use that that the paper comes with the silicone as a protecting paper.
I use that to mount underneath my painting, right?
Oh, that's not advisable. That's not a permanent support, actually. The protecting, I mean the release paper comes with the silicone. Yeah, it's not a permanent support. You need to use the plain backing paper if you want. You can get from our store, or you can use something else like watercolor paper.
Okay.
Yeah, don't use the release paper as backing, because that's not meant to be permanent. I think it might change color. I don't know, but I've done that. I've framed some work with that backing, but not color change yet. But it's called a release paper, basically.
Henry,
Yeah.
in terms of using watercolor paper, do you prefer the 90-pound and the
90 pound would be nice.
smoother one?
I think either way, you can use thicker ones, but the 90 pounds it's good enough. Good enough.
And the smooth ones, not the, you know,
Oh,
how,
any don't have to be cold press. The smooth one is better. Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. The hot press, right? Yeah.
I
Or you can
think,
use the smooth side. You can use some like a machine made, like a Cancer or the cheaper ones maybe should also work. So you don't have to use the most expensive arches to mount your painting.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, if you want to learn that, I can show you how to mount the piece when I finish next time.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I have to close now to start recording.